you can take the 2-year grant left and you can shove it up your arse.
You know what you actually
That's
said?
what I said. You can shove it up your arse. I said, because you've got a hidden agenda here with me. Stop giving money to the big charities. Stop giving money to Comic Relief. Stop giving money to Children in Need. Stop giving money to Oxfam. Stop giving money to Save the Children. All these big ones, because most of your money is wasted.
Will you be donating to Children in Need this year, as you normally do? And if not, why not?
Children in Need, no one should be supporting Children in Need. It's a complete woke organisation. It has been for a long time. They've just been on, there's calls now for the chair or the chief exec of Children in Need to resign or be fired because they've been funding LGBT charities that are very dodgy.
Yes. But again, we're going back to maps and child abuse.
Exactly.
And all that stuff.
I've got some relationships with Children in Need, so I've had several grants off him for I used to run my charity. The last grant,
which made sense because your charity was looking after children on the street.
Exactly. We got money off him.
Good.
And then the last year we got money from him. We got a 3-year grant, and that was just before I got cancelled. So it would have been the end of 2019. I got cancelled 6 months later. So I got 3 years money. Fantastic. At the end of every year, you've got to do a review for them to give you the next year's money. Absolutely fine. So
even within the 3 years, so you don't necessarily get every year guaranteed unless you do a review.
Yeah, exactly. Which makes sense because you could be wasting it all, and they want to make sure their money's spent where it should be spent. I ain't got a problem with that. But my first review, I'd been through turmoil. So international news. Sacked from the charity. I made the board resign. I got my job back. I was called a Nazi, a racist, and it's like, hi Mr. Buckley, we'd like to do our review because we've seen what's happened in the press.
Oh, they knew about it.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so I explained everything's fine now, blah 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 blah. Yeah, we still would like to do a very in-depth review this time. We'd like to have a Zoom meeting with the board, the new board of the charity. So we did that. That was all fine. But I kept getting the impression they wanted more, and they wouldn't say what they wanted. So that was fine. And in the end, they basically said to me, "We want you, Nick Buckley, to go on BLM training."
What?
Yeah. We want you to go on a training course because we don't like what you said, and you don't understand white privilege and this. And I went,
Bastard.
So I said, do you know what? You can take the 2-year grant left and you can shove it up your arse.
You know what you actually
That's what I said. You can shove it up your arse. I said, because you've got a hidden agenda here with me. I'm not going to play these games. You can shove the grant up your arse.
What did they say?
They didn't say anything. That was the end of the conversation.
Bastard.
Yep, so we didn't get the last 2 years of the grants.
But they knew what you'd done and they knew why you'd done it, and you stand and then what happened.
And it all been resolved. It's not like this was in the middle of it where we're not sure where this has all been resolved.
Yeah. And it had been recognised as cancel culture what had happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you were effectively the victim and the hero in this.
Yeah.
And despite that, they then wanted you to go and be a BLM training course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just shocking. But then, again, we find out that they're giving... I mean, it's 460,000 quid, by the way.
Nearly £500,000, yeah.
£500,000. So when people are giving money to Children in Need, they think they see pictures of little kids starving. They think that's what... But it's going to LGBT organisations.
Yeah. It's also going to fund her £250,000 wage. They employ hundreds of staff. They get free accommodation, office accommodation within the BBC. So taxpayers are also paying for them as well. Yeah, BBC host them for free.
We need to do a special on Children in Need. This is outrageous.
So I say to Peter, I've been saying it before I fell out with Children in Need, stop giving money to the big charities. Stop giving money to Comic Relief. Stop giving money to Children in Need. Stop giving money to Oxfam. Stop giving money to Save the Children, all these big ones, because most of your money is wasted and they're all woke organisations. If you want to support a charity, which you should do, I want you to support charities because some charities do amazing work. Decide what's important for you. Is it animals? Is it young people? Is it unemployment? What is it? And then find a small local charity near you, because they will use that money a lot better than the big organisations do. So what Children in Need will do is they collect all the money in. They've got hundreds of staff, and then they decide who they're going to give it to. So cut out the middle people and just give it to the causes you want to give it to, and you'll save millions of pounds on all the wages and all the bureaucracy and all the form filling. Give it direct to the small charity you wanted to give it to. So fund a local youth club, fund a local homeless shelter, and set up a direct debit. £2 a month means nothing, but a regular £2 a month helps these small charities because they know it's coming in all the time.
I think it's good advice. But I think the reality for our viewers is, if you're sponsoring for Children in Need or getting involved, they are giving £500,000 to LGBT groups that are linked to child abuse scandals. That's what they're doing. That's the reality of what's going on with that money. So I would recommend, do not give any money to Children in Need this year. I don't know when it's on, by the way. Is that Lenny Henry, by the way?
No, that's Comic Relief.
Oh, right, okay.
Children in Need. It's on the BBC. That's the one with Pugsy the bear.
Yeah, it's just...
It's
BBC again, isn't it?
Yeah, stop giving money to these big charities. A lot of it's wasted.